Oh yeah. Would you see? If I say, would you please make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow This Is Truly News on your favorite pod place?
Mm-hmm.
That would be dumb, because if you're listening, you already do like, subscribe, and listen to This Is Truly from your favorite pod place.
Well, maybe some people might just dip in and haven't, liked, subscribed,
I don't think
or
so.
followed.
I don't think so.
We got 2 angry faces on our Facebook ad. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but only 2, which is stunning to me.
It's bizarre.
I would have thought more people had better taste than that. But hey, well, who knows? All right, fine. So if you haven't, do that. And if you have, could you have your friends, neighbors, and fellow countrymen lend you their like, subscribes, and or follow at their favorite? Well, lend us their like, subscribes, and or follow. This is true, really. I mean, not Scott and I personally. This is true, really would be the place to like, subscribe, and or follow with their favorite podcast place. That wasn't convoluted at all.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
A width restriction in the form of bollards, and those are the those vertical sort of traffic guidance things. They can be flexible in orange or yellow, and people can run over them. They use them to direct traffic around things, or they can be made. They can just be concrete pillars. Does that make sense to you? So they're called bollards. I didn't know that. But
Crap, I've learned something today and I was trying not to.
So this width restriction in the form of bollards on Woodmere Avenue in Watford was introduced 10 years ago to deter wider vehicles from using the road. They didn't, because it was apparently the town's got narrow roads, as many English towns do. And it worked. So the powers...
They also have weird sized doors.
Yes, it's true.
Why is that? I'm sorry. Really? Why is that?
I have no idea.
Because after I hear it's true, I always feel like I should put in really.
Really, yeah.
Because of the name of the...
Yeah. So this thing worked. So the powers that be decided, if it's working, we need to fix it. And they did. They moved the bollards in a bit
and
more.
Those liberals, conservatives, and libertarians.
They made the road even less wider.
Less?
Yeah. Now, vehicles that formerly fit didn't. And they were causing all manner of accidents, including one from a police van.
So what, we're talking Vespas are about it down this road?
Tim Vigor, who lives
I
on
expect
the
a Mini
street,
Cooper because they're not much bigger than a Vespa,
says one Saturday morning, 3 cars were written off. That's totaled in about 3 hours. As you can imagine, drivers were perturbed.
And the city said, hey, it worked.
Herefordshire County Council says it applied for powers that would enable it to replace the width restriction with a camera and fines for the drivers of wide vehicles.
Couldn't come up with that earlier, though, right?
Well, and how are they going to tell? I mean, how do you know, what's the width that's allowed?
Well, because you have the camera set up and it has a little scale underneath it.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
If the vehicle flops outside of that, it's either fat or over. Either way, it's not going.
Yeah, you got to do something, Tone.
Yep. 33-year-old Christopher Callan was charged with assaulting his roommate at the Monroe County Detention Center in Key West, Florida. Yeah. Well, it'd be more appropriately would be a cellmate.
Yeah.
Going to the smoking gun, which means
it's going to get weird.
It's probably true. Callan told police that Amado Dominguez Quevedo, of 57 years old, farts too much and stinks up the cell and doesn't do a courtesy flush after using the toilet. There's more.
I kind of like this guy.
So far. Plus, Callan added he speaks weird languages.
Like Spanish?
Well, he could be right. You never know.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
I mean, Arias could have been speaking different languages. One can never tell.
Okay.
Wow, we attempted a call back. Didn't work. Sorry. The victim told police that he was cleaning the toilet when Callan started punching him in the face and ribs. Never, ever attack someone who's willing to clean the toilet. This is a rule I've lived by my entire life.
That's a bad idea.
It wasn't just a little love tap either. The guy lost 2 teeth and has a broken rib and bruised left eye.
Wow, he did bang him up pretty good.
All for farting? Stinking up the cell and not courtesy flushing.
See, it's the not courtesy flushing that got the whole thing done.
Dude, if it's like most cells I've seen, the toilet is in the open. Who gives a hang?
And there may be nothing.
If you'll pardon the expression.
Yeah. You bring to mind the whole hanging Chad thing.
I hate myself now.
I hate you too.
Well, get in line.
So why would you steal a Greyhound bus, Tony?
I wouldn't. Why would you?
Yeah, why would you though? I mean,
why would I steal a Greyhound bus? Well, I wanted to go somewhere?
No, there you go. That makes some sense. 29-year-old Dwayne Snipes had a lot of reasons when asked by police.
I'd probably just use my vehicle, but I suppose if I'm walking by and I need to go somewhere and there's a Greyhound bus with the keys in it, it's running.
Well, this was in New York, and not every New Yorker has a car. So the reasons he gave police were number one, driving
or a sense of morality.
Yeah, number one, driving his daughter to school.
How big is his daughter?
Number two, taking a joyride.
Okay.
In a Greyhound bus.
In a Greyhound bus. Joyrides have changed since we were kids.
Number three, he was planning he was planning to conduct scenic tours. And he had, to check out the equipment.
You got to get a bus.
Yeah. And number four, the real reason.
Which was?
Because love. Apparently.
Greyhound buses?
No. Snipes.
How big's his girlfriend?
Apparently, Snipes had a girlfriend he wanted to visit in Mount Vernon, and he had no way to get there.
So he's taking a bus.
He drove the bus up to Westchester and abandoned it, which caused a little trouble up in Westchester. You can imagine people seeing an abandoned Greyhound bus can kind of spook the locals. You know what I mean?
And start legends. Creepy, bad legends.
Now, before you begin to think this is a marvelous romantic gesture.
No, I think it's an idiotic thing to do.
There's more.
Oh, of course.
According to Dwayne's mom.
Yeah.
He has another girlfriend in North Carolina.
And Dwayne should be damn happy that his mom still admits that he's their son, by the way.
So there's the other girlfriend in North Carolina and another one in the Bronx with a 9-year-old daughter.
Oh, boy.
I'm guessing he needed the bus just to move all of them about.
Way to keep it on the down low, dude.
Should have stolen a bus with a Labrador on the side of it. They have much more love to give.
Yeah, but they're stupid. Well, that would work. In Cobb County, Georgia, Superior Court Judge Robert Leonard, with tongue firmly in cheek, has banned the elf on the shelf for his county. Thank God. United Press International reporting Leonard said the elf poses, quote, a risk to the emotional health and well-being of Cobb's young children. He tweeted that his order was a gift to tired parents because when these elves do not move, it leaves our children of tender years in states of extreme emotional distress. Come on. But for those families who love their elves, they can carry on. There will be no charges filed.
What a bunch of crap.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Those elves are creepy. They're clown creepy. Oh, look, there's the elf.
Me.
He's just staring at me. Yeah, but you're nuts to begin with.
He's an inanimate object. These people need to see a professional.
But he's creepy and he's staring at me and he never blinks.
What was the movie? What was Gremlins? Remember the movie Gremlins?
Never saw it.
Didn't you?
Drove one, never saw the movie.
The movie was fun, but the Gremlins, you leave them up too late and they're
past midnight, right? Or something?
Yeah, past midnight and get water on
You can't get them wet. That's the other one.
Can't get them wet. And they turn into these little gremlin monsters. At first, they're fuzzy and cute and sweet.
Ewoks
get
with
them wet.
Less attitude.
And then they're tearing the place apart. And in one scene, they are just wreaking havoc on the kitchen. And one gremlin grabs another and throws him in the blender and hits high. And it becomes this green goo. And people are saying, you shouldn't let your son watch it. You shouldn't let your son watch it. Ian was what? 6? I find him watching it. He's holding his knees to his chest, rolling around on the floor, laughing. Because he understands it ain't real.
This is not a documentary.
It's just grow up.
And years later,
oh my Lord, those kids
and years later,
therapy all
those youngsters grew up and and brought us that goo on Nickelodeon.
Right. And that was fun.
Oh my
slime.
gosh. How many gremlins had to die?
To give us slime.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.